Hey y'all, it's Sarah with Planner Junkies, and I am here for a plan with me and my Hobonichi Weeks Mega for week 13. This year is flying by. We're really almost done. It's the last full week of March. Oh my. I will be using my newest kit, Magnolia Spring, and in my Planner Junkies shop on Etsy. So let's dig in. You know what I didn't do is look at my phone. I think, so this past week has been spring break, and it was absolutely nuts with doctor's appointments and things like that. So the kids don't go back to school on Monday. They go back to school on Tuesday. But I think like things are just a little more normal. More normal. Well, I say that. That is a lie. So I have been taking a sewing class at a local sewing center, which has been really fun, and just the different people that you get to meet. But it ends this coming weekend, but there are 2 classes. So we have a class on Friday night from 6 to 8:30 and a class on Sunday from 10 to 12:30, I think. But on Saturday, what is that, a new moon? On Saturday, my son has a fencing tournament. He's a competitive fencer in Dallas. So I have to drive 2.5 hours to Dallas, spend 5 hours at a fencing tournament, drive back 2.5 hours from Dallas. Actually, it usually takes 3 hours because there are 2 Buc-ee's between here and Dallas. Oh man. So yeah, we got to do that. Oh, I don't have my ruler. I'll just use this. Yeah. So, and then I have to go to my sewing class on Sunday morning. And then I think I have book club. And then I have book club on Sunday. Good Lord, Sarah. Is that the wrong side? Yeah, so this weekend is not going to be a normal weekend. It's going to be a very busy weekend. I'm really bad at this. There we go. Nope, still bad at it. Okay, whatever. Yeah, so the weekend is going to be rough, and then it's going to be April. How does that happen? How is it suddenly April? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So if you need straight lines, don't ask me, because straight lines not my strong suit. My bachelor's degree is in deaf education, which means that they call it special education for the hearing impaired. And so I used to teach deaf and hearing impaired students, and or students with a hearing impairment. As a teacher, you have to learn to use like those guillotines. I cannot do it. It is not possible for me to use one of those things. I don't know, like straight lines. In my classroom, I would hang everything crooked because it could not hang a straight line. Like, I don't know. And I am proving that here with this. Like, I am not doing a great job with straight lines. That's why I'm using my cute little board here, my pencil board. It covers up. I usually use a clear ruler because this covers up all the lines. Okay, so there are little dots in the Hobonichi Weeks, and I connect the first set of dots here because I make a line down the middle, and I do my energy and the weather. I messed that up. So I'm not sure that I will do a line there. I think I will not point out that I will point out to y'all, but I will not point out with black line that I messed that up. So I think we'll just do horizontal lines. I think maybe we'll just do horizontal lines from the mid. Oh goodness. Here, so that it doesn't go all the way. If I do a line like there, I don't know. What do you think? Am I still in frame? Am I so concerned about like making my straight lines that I'm not paying attention to my video? Y'all, it took me 7 tries to get these. I'm gonna admit, it took me 7 tries to get the stickers done. Last month I was totally on the ball and I made all of my stickers for the whole entire month or for like 4 weeks. That doesn't look very thick. I made all my stickers for like 4 weeks, and I do have Easter, but Easter's so late I can't get to it. But anyway, so then I had to make them for this week because I had gone through St. Patrick's Day and I could not remember how to do it. I feel dumb, and so here I am telling everybody and putting it on the internet, and writing on my pencil board. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know that I have I've had 2 foot surgeries. And maybe that's just kind of made me I'm still just a little loopy from all of that. I had a foot surgery at the beginning of January and a foot surgery February 20th. And the February 20th one is doing great. It's doing okay. I am in physical therapy. I've been in physical therapy now for 2 weeks because my left big toe doesn't move. It is doing better. I mean, the physical therapy, I had a massage last weekend, which I need to do again, just to kind of get those muscles kind of moving again. But, ooh, it is kind of painful. It's pretty painful, I'm going to tell you. Okay, so here I do weather, which I needed to, I only put 1 windy in the set. I include the weather stickers in the set of stickers, but I only put 1 windy and multiple cloudy ones. But yeah, it has been a windy week. Like, this was a windy. I needed a windy for this week. Okay, so I do also feel like no, do the other one. Not tweezers. What's the word? Yeah, tweezers? Tweezers are smaller. These suckers have a point. Look at these. I don't know where these came from, but they are dangerous. But they are definitely helpful in this little Hobonichi Weeks. I find this to be super helpful. I also absolutely love the Hobonichi Weeks. I haven't really been able to use it. I've had a couple of them in the past, but just not like used them completely. And I use this sucker every day. It's the first planner that I go to, but I only track health and home. I call it my health and home tracker. And I only track that. And I need to do a better job because I haven't tracked anything in March. Do as I say, not as I do. Yeah, so habits at the top. Yes, so I track how I feel, right? Like, I've had all these surgeries, so I track how I feel, how my feet feel, if I have PT, if I have a doctor's appointment. I track all of those things in this planner. So on these, I do a little cut on the sides of these and put them down here to buy and to clean. Oops. Yeah, I gotta get spring break. Like, the kids have been home. My son had 4 doctor appointments, and with physical therapy, I had 4 doctor's appointments, and they were just little, like, not massive things, nothing bad at all, but like, just things you have to do. And when you have to do something, you don't, there's just a lot that goes into all of that. So 4 doctor's appointments for each of us. He might have had 5, actually. Not sure. I don't know. No, he had 5. I had one of mine got canceled, so I only had 3. There we go. Okay, so I have physical therapy on Wednesday, so I am going to mark that. Usually I mark yoga in here also, but I go to yoga on Wednesday and Friday also, and I go to PT next week on Wednesday and Friday. So I'm gonna put a little box in the corner here. What I usually do is I write kind of at the, for the next day. I'll write how I felt yesterday. My scale, I have felt, you can see I have felt a little bit better. Like I was mostly 6s with a few 7s. I had a rough week this week. I started out okay, and then I ended up crying the entire day, those 2 days. Yeah. It has the foot surgery, which was just like to remove bone spurs and kind of clean up some damaged cartilage from come on, Sarah, arthritis, has been a lot more than expected. I had it January 9th. This is week 13, right? So 12 weeks into foot surgery. It's not been a ton of fun. I'm going to tell you that one foot is not super happy with me, and it has not been a ton of fun. Okay, so these say like Hello Spring. Super cute. Hello Spring. If you'd like me, like, you don't have to buy my stickers. You are more than welcome to buy my stickers on Etsy. But if you'd like me to show you how I make them, I can do a video on that too, like how I make my stickers. I make them in Cricut, but I can do I can do a screen capture video and show you how I make them if you want to make your own stickers in Cricut. I do use Cricut right now. I do have Silhouette, and I could probably figure it out in Silhouette. I just have been using Cricut right now, and apparently I can only do one thing at a time, and I can't even remember Cricut half the time. But it wasn't Cricut, it was Canva that I was struggling with. So I make it in Canva, and then I take it over to Cricut, and I print it out, and then you have to put it on the mat and print it and cut it out. Like, this whole process, right? Which is why sometimes buying them is just a little bit easier, and I'm totally down with that if you want to do that. But yeah, Hello Spring. I think I'm going to put this one up at the top here. But I can show you my process, which may not be the best process ever, but it is my process. Gosh. And I do have book club this day too, so should I put, because I'm going to be, and I have that sewing class, book club. I don't typically put the sewing class in here, but I might need that just as a reminder, like, hey, don't forget to do this. Let's put this up here. No, wait a minute. Sorry. I usually do these two, which are upside down. So I do no soda, which I have 100% not done this week. Spring break. I've had a soda, or I've at least tasted a soda. Or had half a soda. Maybe that's it. And it's Dr. Pepper. I'm not lying. Like, I don't really drink too much, but I do like my Dr. Pepper. And then did I get 7 hours of sleep at least? Because I have struggled in the past with sleep. So I do track that. You know what? I might put one of these here just to kind of denote that, like, that's a full day event. So I'm going to put a big box right there. All right, so this sticker, we're back to it, and do I need it? Let's do it over here, maybe. Meals, well, we'll be traveling those days, so we'll be busy, and I'll be at book club. Where's book club? Book club is at somebody's house, so I don't know what I'm going to be having that day. And I've got one more of these. So if you would like to write, like, track when you're planning, or you have a coffee date, or what you're watching that week, sleep, you could do, right? I could do sleep here, like I'm tracking the sleep right there. Work time, what you're reading. I use these two in my Hobonichi cousin. I do track in my cousin on the weekly page what I'm watching and what I'm reading every week. I do track all of that. Where was I putting this? I think I put that sticker right where I wanted to put this sticker, didn't I? Okay, let's go down here. Okay. It's pretty pink. Pink is not my color, but it's a different kind of, it's a couple of different colors of pink. So I've got a few things left over too. I don't ever throw anything out. I use these week to week. So there is week 13 in my Hobonichi Weeks. Kind of see a little bit of it. I like this. I love this planner. I do the weeklies on the monthlies. I haven't done it yet because, what are we at? I'll do it at the end of the month, but I'll put the pictures in. I track my sleep along the side. I'll show you here in February. I put a picture on every day, so I can't wait to do that for March. I took a picture of my son jumping in the pool today. What today is the 22nd? And it's kind of chilly. And then on the month at a glance, I track my steps because when you have foot surgery, steps are a big deal. I track my weight at the top. And then I have all of these pages back here that I've not been using and I need to use. And I haven't been tracking when I've been going to yoga. I need to go back and do that. I think I'm 2 weeks behind on yoga. And I've gone 5 or 6 times in that time. Okay, so we're good to go. If you'd like me to make a video showing you how to make this, let me know. If you are just want to buy them, check my Etsy shop, Planner Junkies Shop. If you want to just drop me a hi, I am happy with that too. I would love to get to know other planners and create a little community here. Find my people. My Hobonichi people. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.